if we are taking a look at the next matchup, which is the co-main event of the night, you have the All-American Chris Weidman sitting at a -141 as the favorite against Omari Akhmedov, who is sitting at a +115. So it's a very close line as far as this matchup goes, which I think is valid. Chris Weidman even stated himself that he desperately needs to get a W in this matchup. It's been a little while since he's seen himself on that upswing. I think, in my opinion, his last really good performance was the Gastelum fight years ago. I'm a Weidman fan. I watched Chris Weidman fight for a long time. It's one of those sad points that you see in some of your your favorite fighters' careers as they start to get to those golden years and the twilight portion, to where they take a couple of take a couple of tough losses at that. Not just losses, take a couple of tough losses, take a couple of knockout losses. Omari, I don't think will knock him out, but Omari does have some pretty crazy power. He ducks his head and throws that right hand, which, it may find its mark, it may not. We'll see. I think that we're going to see Chris Weidman try to get back to a little bit more of the grappler. He said that the All-American is back. So in my mind, the way that I interpret that statement that Chris Weidman made is he's going to do some more grappling. He's going to do some wrestling within this matchup. I've had a pretty decent amount of experience watching Omari's recent fights. He's fought a couple of guys who I'm very familiar with in Zach Cummings and in Ian Heinisch, and he's got a very awkward style. One thing that Chris Weidman cannot be waiting for is to go. Omari's going to want to try to counter. The best move for Chris, if he's not able to get him right away off of that jump, is to try to bait and counter the counter. That's going to be where I see some of the best successes. He's going to have to use a complete mixed martial arts skill set, but as long as he doesn't rely on just having to piece him up top, I think that it's going to be finally a hand raise for Chris, the All-American Weidman. Again, you hate seeing some of these guys who were, your former world champions, just the elites, the best of the best, go and take some of these hard losses and, these knockout losses similar to, his last fight, or, like the Yoel fight. Nobody wants to see that when that's someone who you've had a great level of adoration and respect for and watching, but that's the game. It kind of cannibalizes itself from time to time. Then if we're going to look at a fight to keep your eye on,